Hello and welcome back to Drunk and Disorderly. It's the morning after podcast. It's something we're trying different, a little bit new, a little bit more tame. Nothing crazy, but this time we can actually use our brain cells to actually talk about stuff that we might actually care about a little bit more sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes?
Sometimes.
Not usually, though.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. We only have one brain cell between the two of us,
Yeah.
honestly. It kind of goes back and forth like a trampoline.
Yeah, that's why I can't do math sometimes at work because it just came back here.
Yeah, right.
I needed a smoke break.
I needed it for, Helldivers too.
Oh my god.
Dude, that game has been my literal crack addiction.
I would love to play it if my computer wasn't a potato.
A potato would run better than your computer, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, I could put 2 cords into a potato and probably play Doom better.
I mean, actually, people did run Doom off a potato one time.
I forgot that did happen.
Yeah, you could. It's been tested, tried and true. How many different things you could run Doom on? It's actually quite insane.
I've seen it on what was it? What was the graphing computers or calculators?
Yeah.
Somebody did that, played Doom on that, and I was like, why?
It was awesome.
You never thought at once while you were thinking, can I do it? You never thought, should I do it?
What is Oppenheimer's quote of I'm the bringer of death.
I become death. I think it was what it was. Yeah, I become death.
Literally, while he's programming on the calculator for Doom, I've become death.
God. Oh Lord.
Oh my God. Anyways, yeah. So it's not really morning for us, but it's close enough for Patrick, honestly.
Kind of morning for me, man. I was up earlier than I normally am.
That is true. You usually wake up around 1 p.m., 2 p.m. But
yeah, 12:1, yeah.
I was pretty loud this morning when I was doing the dishes.
I woke up before. I slept through that. I woke up.
Shit.
I once I'm up, sometimes it's just like, that's it. I'm up.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel bad for you because I can, personally,
I mean, give me about another hour after this, and you're probably going to see me knocked out for a nap.
Honestly, yeah, this sounds like you whenever I come back home. Usually see you knocked down the couch. Man, we're like a married couple.
Yeah,
Me.
The best part is I'm in full uniform when I do it, too. I was passed out yesterday, suit and tie. Just...
Yeah. You don't snore, actually.
Really?
No, never heard you snore.
I thought I did.
You don't go.
Oh my God! When I was a kid, my dad was friends. It was like an old friend he had, way before I was born. Mm-hmm. That dude could shake a house.
Oh my God!
With how much? I remember when I was a kid, he stayed over at our place and he crashed under our couch. And this dude, I mean, he was snoring. It was it almost like if I was older back then, I'd have been like, is he able to breathe? Is he actually getting oxygen in? What the hell?
Mm-hmm. One of my friends, whenever we were in Costa Rica, he got sick on the way.
Yeah.
And so we had to share, I bought a 2-person room for the 3 of us.
Yeah.
And I was going to get the one bed to myself, but since he was sick, I was like, you know what? I'll give it to him.
Yeah.
He wanted to get better before we actually went on, because this was at the start.
Oh.
So he wanted to get better before. I was like, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
He gets the bed. But oh my God. I've never slept with headphones on with music in the background until that night.
Oh my God.
He was snoring that loud.
Well, yeah, because he's all congested and crap.
Oh yeah, but it was still insane because you're literally you experienced it with that one dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also my dad was a big snorer, so
oh yeah.
He actually has a machine now to help him with it.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. So whenever I was a kid, we'd go to swim meets, and oh my God, the night before a swim meet, I had to pray I slept before my dad. Or my mom would have to kick him a little bit to get
yeah, because I swear to God, I could drop a pot and you'd still just be knocked out.
Oh yeah, easily.
I've done it before. I've dropped shit and I'm like, God damn it, I probably just woke him up. Next morning, did you wake up? Did I wake you up? No.
What are you talking about? No, I go, what you talking about?
What?
What you talking about? You don't know, remember, I swear I've showed you the Big Les show, Sassy the Sasquatch. What you talking about? I'm going to show you later.
Okay.
Top tier internet comedy.
Okay, bud.
But yeah. I think that's what my nerd is in being able to sleep through anything. Also swim meets. I was known for passing out on one of those foldable chairs and just having headphones on, towel over. I was dead asleep.
Yeah, that was basically the military. I learned to sleep whenever I could.
Oh yeah.
I could sleep through anything now. I could sleep anywhere.
Anytime, anywhere, for real. But anyways, getting back on topic.
Yeah.
Well, what topic we even didn't start yet. But I've been wanting to talk about this for a while, but I've never really felt like it was appropriate because usually we were beyond obliterated every time. So I was like, probably shouldn't talk about this kind of stuff because I would say it's not. It is definitely more of like a hot topic.
Yeah.
Than usual, but I definitely been wanting to talk about red pills and such, and like that kind of community, whether it's right or wrong, or the morality and such.
Yeah.
But I've been a part of it, or I've been at least following it for about 1.5 to 2 years now. It has interested. It's piqued my interest, especially as we are both white men who are straight.
Yep. Cis men.
White cis men.
Yeah,
You're right. Who are straight. So usually we're at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to most things. Oh, it's cold.
Yeah, it's whatever. I'm still drinking.
Whatever.
It. Still tastes good.
But we are like usually the bottom of the totem pole.
Yeah.
About when it comes to most things nowadays.
Yeah.
And it is interesting to kind of follow, even though I don't agree with everything that the men's community has come up with or has said. I don't count Andrew Tate or Just Pearly Things as part of the community.
No.
So Just Pearly Things, for context, is this woman who's like trying to fight for men's advocates, but she's like, oh, if a man cheats, it's okay, but if a woman cheats, it's bad. It's like,
oh, so she's crazy.
yeah.
Gotcha.
It's the same thing with Andrew Tate. He's like, oh, where men can, just basically abuse. Like, he doesn't really say that, but
he kind of did do it.
yeah, and I don't like the things he's trying to advocate for. He doesn't even have the right idea.
No.
I don't want to say he has a heart. It just doesn't feel right the way he talks about it.
I feel like with all of this crap about toxic masculinity, that's honestly not even a real thing.
I mean, it is.
But he's like, I feel like people like you and me would be considered sometimes toxic masculine, but like he is actually like the spitting image of what that should actually be directed.
That is genuine toxic masculinity.
Yes. I'd say if you had to lob that word somewhere, that would be who you'd lob it at, is Andrew Tate. Because he literally embodies what it is.
From what I've seen, for sure. And I would love, I want to watch this podcast just to kind of at least get ideas, just so I can form a real opinion about it, but I can't get through it. I can't. He annoys me too much.
I didn't really know who he was until like the whole arrest in whatever Europe country it was. Romania, thank you.
Yeah.
With the trafficking and crap like that. Like I'd seen bits and pieces, but I'm like, this guy
He just seems like a douche.
He really does. He seems like a raging douchebag that I just don't want to hear speak.
No, yeah.
And I was right. I was 100% right. But I remember like our friend RJ, he was kind of like who told me about him, and he showed me like a clip basically where he was talking about like pimping chicks.
Yeah. He thinks that it's okay to basically.
He was bragging about it. I was like, what the shit?
Yeah, that's not Red Pill. If people want to say, oh, that's Red Pill, that's the men's community. No, not at all.
He's worthless piece of shit.
He really is. Honestly, the men's community, in my eyes, and the good ones who are the men's community, who actually kind of I won't say founders, but they are the ones who we're the ones that start talking about it more. They advocate for monogamy. They advocate for equal marriage rights when it comes to divorce and such. They're the ones who are actually asking, do men really have to pay women for the rest of their lives when they get a divorce?
Yeah, when they get their really heart broken and their life destroyed.
Yeah, whenever the woman cheats,
takes the
really
kid.
Yeah, should they take the house?
Yeah.
Those are the ones I like to follow.
Yeah.
Again, I don't agree with everything they say because they still like to generalize all women in one big lumping category. And don't get me wrong, we'll get into this, but it has become an increasing trend for women, a lot of modern women nowadays, to be pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Again, not saying all, definitely not all, but that small minority, that loud small minority that I thought it was back in 2017, 2016, it's gotten bigger every year. Bigger and bigger. Maybe it's the internet. Maybe it's the algorithm that I've been seeing it more and more. But it just feels worse.
Oh, you're saying that you would, okay? I see. I thought you said maybe it was the internet making these things worse, but I think it is though. It's a the problem is I think the reason why you've noticed a growth in it is because it has grown because of that small like voice, that small group of people that were trying to normalize this. See, social media gave them sort of a megaphone to amplify, and they normalized it and made it seem like a great thing. Because typically, when you see these people saying that, bragging about how they've cheated, bragging about how they've broken a man's
Or
heart, or
like
ruined
how
their
they're bragging
lives,
about they've slept with like 200 men.
yeah, they're normally, I would say appearance-wise, they look like they're they're well off. They're successful.
100%.
Good looking, attractive, whatnot.
They're traditionally attractive.
Yes.
Traditionally attractive.
Yes. Physical. I'm saying physical.
No, that's
physical
what,
aspect.
yeah.
And the reason why we've seen growth in this is because people like that got a megaphone with the internet and social media.
Actually, speaking of, someone from the Red Pill community, or I guess I don't like to say Red Pill. I'm going to keep saying from now on, the men's community.
Yeah.
The men's community sounds way better, and it doesn't associate as much with Andrew Tate and such.
Yeah.
So the men's community. Someone who's been blowing up lately for a while, who started on, I think it was TikTok.
Of course.
Well, no, he's awesome. Hilarious dude. His name is Homath.
Oh!
I've showed you clips of
yes,
him.
yes.
He's hilarious. He actually made this chart for what you just described with the megaphone. He kind of explains it in a really better detail, but if you've noticed, women have a hive mind.
Yes.
When it
Just
comes
look
to a
at
lot
Taylor
of stuff.
Swift.
That's very true. But they have this hive mind. He explained it really funnily. That's not really a word, but really funny wise. Anyways.
There you go, bud.
Thanks, I guess. Whatever. He explained it as if the top women, they have to like assert their dominance in a roundabout way. Where men, we assert our dominance in our hierarchy pretty directly. Like we can say to each other who's better than each other. Like on the hierarchy of status.
Okay.
Status hierarchy. Like my dad's a lawyer or some shit like that.
Yeah,
right?
okay.
That's an extreme example, but it gets the point across a little bit, kind of.
Yeah.
Whereas women, they have to get them all together. So like you'll always hear, "Oh, babe, she's a 10. She's a 10. You're a 10, honey." Even though
Oh, so it's like an echo chamber.
in a sense, because the bottom tier will tell the top tier, "Oh yeah, you're a 10," and the top tier will tell the bottom tier, "You're a 10 as well, honey." But it's really asserting, well, if you say you're a 10, then I have to be a 10. That makes everybody to 10. And basically, you're still asserting that dominance. He explained it way better than I ever could. But it does explain what you just mentioned earlier with that kind of hive mind mentality.
Yeah, and that now we're looking at the product of what we created and allowed.
Well, that actually leads into something I've noticed. So I know, I know I'd say on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm probably 6.5, maybe a 7, right?
Yeah.
You know, I'm not the best, I'm not the greatest, but I'm definitely not like, maybe I'm average, maybe I'm just above average, I don't know. Point being, whenever I was in college, early days of college and in high school, I get on Tinder, Bumble, and all those, and I can get matches fairly easily. Actually, in high school, the girls asked me out most of the time. I never had to ask a girl out technically until college. So
Okay, I get it. You're better than me.
no, I'll explain this. Just let me explain.
I
my
got
reasoning.
you. No.
Thank. It's fine. It's fine.
Oops.
But I never really had to, I guess, try, which was I would say more of a curse because I never actually had to grow up and be a man until I got to college. But anyways, I've noticed it's extremely hard nowadays for men to even get a sliver of a chance with a woman nowadays. On Tinder, for example, I used to be able to swipe and at least get a decent amount of matches best a lot of the times. And this could be a factor of two things. One, Tinder making it harder for men, so men will pay more to get, more swipes.
Wouldn't doubt that, actually. That's a conspiracy theory I could get behind.
I'm pretty sure that's been proven. That's what they do. It's out of the scope of what we're going to talk about today, but it has been proven.
I want to look into that, actually.
It's very interesting. But then two, women have gotten so much attention, exploded from 2016 to now, that it's inflated their ego to a point to where they can 3 and 4s think they can get with 10s.
Yeah.
And so since they have that ego boost, they think, oh, I don't have to give the 3 and 4s are, dudes. They don't have to do that anymore. So I think it's definitely a big thing with that because, like I said, I used to be able to get a decent amount of dates. Nowadays, before I met Kira,
Yeah.
it's impossible. Literally impossible. Like, and also, I've kind of given up on, if it wasn't for Kira, I would have just given up.
Oh,
on
I
trying to
have.
date.
I have. Well, at the very least, off of Tinder.
Yeah. Tinder, you can't really go to bars anymore to meet women because all you're going to meet are the ones who are going to use you.
Free drinks.
Free drinks,
food.
or they're going to, say you're creep,
Or then you find out that they've got like 3 different kids from 3 different fathers, and it's like, oh, cool.
And you can't really start a long-term relationship with them. Never.
No.
Girls from the bars. 2, trying to go to church and meet women. Almost impossible as well.
I've never met somebody that's done that.
Oh, yeah. It used to happen back in the day. Like, lots of couples came from churches and such, from community, at least community side of
I mean, I guess that kind of makes...
That's what churches used to be. It's like, it was a community.
Yeah, that makes
where
sense.
The community
Yeah.
came together, and so those people would,
They see each other so much,
Yeah.
and that makes sense.
So, yeah. Churches, extremely hard nowadays as well to find someone to, hopefully date. Community events. If you go to a community event, 9 times out of 10, you're going to find, I'm going to guess you and I are more middle/conservative, right?
Yeah.
You're going to find the leftist over there 9 times out of 10. So it's like, it's not even worth it.
Yeah.
It's not even worth it. It's too, as I think one of my favorite sayings was, there's no reason to squeeze for the juice.
Yeah. That oddly makes sense to me.
Why should men try their hardest whenever they aren't going to get anything from it?
Yeah.
There's no juice from the squeeze. There it is.
Yeah.
There's no juice from the squeeze. So, yeah. But over the years, ever since this explosion of, I guess my favorite saying is hoflation.
Yeah.
Hoflation. More and more men's channels have been popping up.
Yeah.
More and more.
I have noticed that over the last few years, it was never like this. I never used to see this I never used to imagine this sort of stuff happening. And it's just like, what the hell happened?
Yeah. Again, it's not just one singular factor we can point out.
Oh, God, no.
So many factors. 1, the internet. 2, OnlyFans. OnlyFans has destroyed, I think, modern dating culture.
Yes.
Because women think they can always get better.
Yeah,
I have
or
to say, I'm doing what they're doing right now. I'm generalizing all women. I would say, how would I describe it? What type? I think you get the type of women I'm talking
it's
about.
your typical. Honestly, this is gonna sound really ridiculous, but it's like I would say it's a majority. It's more of
it's becoming a majority nowadays.
city women.
Yes,
it really is. And
9 times out of 10.
Don't get me wrong. There's probably a good amount of just
country?
disgusting country women. Don't get me wrong. It's across the board with anyone.
Mm-hmm.
But I've noticed that you don't really see like a farm raised girl doing shit like this. It's always
Not
the
always,
girls
yeah.
with the high end clothes, the city life, those type of women.
Yeah.
That do these sort of things. It's always them. It's always the trashy city girls.
I can agree.
Yeah.
I can agree with that 100%.
I've noticed that. That's kind of like the similar factor.
But then again, you got to think about it this way. Country women are going to always be outnumbered by city women because, cities in general. Yeah. But yes, that still proves your point nonetheless. Yeah. That's why it's becoming a majority because, again, it goes back to cities are more liberal. And for better or worse, that's just how it is. I mean, liberalism used to be a great thing back in the day, but nowadays, I would say a lot of people can agree it's gone a little too far.
Yeah.
It's gone a little too far. And since we're speaking about Andrew Tate and such, there is this other podcast that's been exploding for a while. It's called the Whatever Podcast. Basically, they just bring on a bunch of hoes, and then they just berate them.
Oh,
it's that one. Yeah,
yeah.
They've been going.
I've seen
up.
that. I've seen the kid just roast a woman.
Oh, that's a different one. But I know. You're
that
about.
was a
That's
different one. That was a different
but
one.
yeah. But the Whatever Podcast is much bigger.
Yes.
And at first it was funny, but they've done the same gimmick so many times now. They are changing.
It's kind of sad to see it.
It's so sad because they bring in so many different girls, and it's the same. Don't get me wrong. I say so many, but realistically, if you think about from one state, there's a couple million people.
Yeah.
And you got at least bare minimum half of them going to be women.
Yeah.
So at least 500,000. Not even more than that, but you get the point.
Yeah.
It's only a small minority they bring on pretty easily. but still.
It's like it's kind of funny, but then it's kind of like sad at the end because it's like
They could have done so. Like these.
no,
women-
these are real people. They really think like this.
Yeah.
They really think that like
It's like watching a dictator think that their shit is gold.
yeah, it really is. And
And
it's
it's kind of just sad to watch.
it is. It is. It's like this is where we're at now. This is where we've gotten to. This we were supposed to have flying cars and life-saving med. No, this is what we've got. This is the hand we've got to work with. This is shit.
Yeah, I'd say it's an uphill battle for a lot of men nowadays to actually try and date. That's why there's such a big precedent when it comes to like what's it called, passport bros.
Yeah.
Passport bros, they go to usually like people make fun of them because they're going to like the Philippines or something like that.
Yeah.
to find-
Normally
it is normally I would not say I'd say second world, the third world
yeah.
countries, yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's understandable because, okay, Philippines, for example, was really interesting to me because the women over there don't even want green cards. They want to stay in their own country. They just happen to find, and also more traditional. I think that's another big thing. Traditionalism has been demonized so much to a point that most people think it's like you're going to beat your wife at the end of the day.
No, and I hate that because it's like I've pretty much been I was raised in like a divorced family, but like I was always raised with the mindset that I should be the one supporting, I should be one providing, shit like that.
Actual masculinity.
Yeah,
stuff.
and like nowadays, like 'cause I still hold on to that, obviously.
Sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
Obviously. And like it's insulting to see people like that, like demonize people like me, because it's like I'm
You just
not
want a happy family.
Yeah, I just want somebody to come home to have a good meal. I worry about the bills. I worry about the money coming in.
You just help me take care of the house,
And the kids. And like it's not like I'm gonna force someone into it. Like obviously if I'm in a relationship with somebody and they're like, I want to work, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not gonna say no to more money in the house.
Yeah, like my parents both worked. So
Yeah.
I kind of experienced that part of it. And I will say though, not having a mom be there all the time does kind of suck though.
Yeah.
As a kid, it would have been nice to actually have my mom at home instead of having her be a teacher.
Yeah.
But, again, it is what it is. My
Yeah.
mom, I'm not saying my mom's a bad person.
Yeah, no,
she's not at all a bad
don't
person.
get me wrong. Good family can come from that. It's
Oh, yeah,
just
100%.
like that's
Like-
what I want. I don't want I want to be able to just come home to someone who
Won't
has
cheat
just,
on me at the end of the day.
Well, that too.
Or try to divorce me and take all my
Yeah,
money.
yeah, God.
Yeah. Or someone who will, cheat on me and then say that the kid's mine.
Or put an accusation that'll ruin the rest of your life.
God,
Dude,
it's becoming so big now.
Yeah, and
I've
I know
seen
somebody
more and
like me that works with the casinos. Because remember, we have to do background checks to get a
Yeah.
literal license from the state.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had an investigation that was almost the equivalent of my clearance in the Navy.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I got a phone call to figure out where I used to live because we had to clear that up. I would be screwed. I'd be almost screwed. I'd have to be found innocent. And even then, I'd still have to let every investigator know if I were to ever go from like another state and get a new gaming license. I'd have to let them know, yeah, I was accused.
It's always you're guilty until proven innocent, but when you're proven innocent, you're still guilty.
Yep.
Always will be. Even if it's, you can tell like literally she admits she's lying.
Yeah.
Still, you're guilty.
And we never punish them. We
Nope.
never punish
Oh,
them,
no.
even
No.
when they get caught.
That's the
It happened rarely. I will say that. I'll correct myself. It has happened a few times. Some of them have been punished, but 90% of the time they're not punished.
Oh yeah, no. I can remember. I'll say this one story from college. I had a fraternity president who, context, he could not drink much alcohol. He had basically his liver's never actually grown.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so he never really drank alcohol.
Yeah.
So, but this one night he did drink some wine, right? Well, this girl had been trying to chase him for a while, right? And he never really got into it because he just got out of a bad relationship.
Yeah,
You know? And I've known this guy for a while. He was a very quiet dude. Very quiet, not outgoing. Basically, this girl went to his room, like begged him to come if she'd come over. and basically she kind of forced herself into his room, and basically then afterwards accused him of SA. And basically my fraternity had, I don't want to say had to, but they kicked him out and removed him as president. And she didn't even go to the police or nothing. She just went to them privately and said, hey, can you just kick him out? Bruh.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's always, I hope he's doing well.
I mean, I understand from their point of view why they did.
I can understand it kind
because
of
it's
too,
like, that's the problem too, is that they had their arm twisted.
literally twisted behind their back.
Yeah, they had no choice. Because if they didn't do something, it would be made out to be something bigger.
Oh, yeah. And so I feel bad for the dude, and it feels like all the guys just abandoned him because they literally cut off contact with him.
They would have been guilty by association.
Yep.
They would have been just as bad. And I get it. It sounds shitty, but I get it.
I still hold a grudge. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't blame you.
I still
Absolutely.
hold a grudge to the guys who kicked him out because I was out by this point. I was graduated college at this point. But yeah, I've seen it happen personally, and I love my teacher at the time. Well, not the time, but I had this. I took what was it called? Political science, right? Because it was supposed to be easy class. My favorite thing was her doing this thing about how most essays accusations are, even the fake ones, it's a minority.
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean fake ones? Elaborate, please.
Elaborate.
Elaborate on that one.
She never elaborated.
No, of course not. Why would you?
Not, yeah. So
And
yeah.
I really find it disgusting too, because I've met real victims.
Oh yeah.
And it diminishes it because
now it makes it harder to for people to actually have real sympathy
or believe them.
Yeah, whenever they should be believed.
Yeah,
it was like I think I hate the Me Too movement, but I think at the core, it had the right idea, not the right idea.
The wrong voices.
It had the heart in a sense.
But the wrong voices.
Oh my god, yeah, the wrong voices came out and ruined the whole thing. And now it's just terrible. And
I've seen the aftermath of what something can that shit can do to somebody. I've seen somebody be there in front of me, their eyes. I mean, the lights are on, no one's home.
Yep, exactly. And I think that's why the men's movement has grown so big over these, especially I think movements like this usually have to happen over a decade or two. It's exploded in under a decade. From 2016 to now, it's exploded in popularity. Not even 2016. I'd say it really started around 2017, 2018.
Yeah, I'd say in the aftermath of a lot of these big things happening, I think that's when it really, because I'd say that's about accurate. It's when this stuff started to really kick off and, start snowballing.
Exactly.
Is around that time, because that's when it started, and then it was just somebody.
It feels like it started right then.
Around 2016, and then it just it
kind of exploded.
It engulfed.
Yeah.
Somebody threw gasoline on it, and it just went way bigger.
But that kind of leads into what you wanted to talk about, and what we're going to talk about too, is with games and such. Because we did talk about on the previous podcast with games becoming more PC, but we were too obliterated to actually expand on that point. So I feel like this is a good time to kind of maybe have a better look at it and what we're talking about. So, Pat, explain to us what has just recently happened.
So, I'm sure a lot of you early 2000 kids know the cult classic Battlefront and Battlefront 2 for the originals, mind you, not the only good ones. And I, as a kid, played the hell out of that game.
Oh, I heard it was good.
Religiously as a child. It was also one of the few games that I owned for the PS2.
Oh, yeah.
So it was one of the games I have the most memories with. I played the most as a kid. And so I even still would dabble in it every now and then on the Xbox, my Xbox. And about yesterday, as we're recording this, the Battlefront Classic Collection got released. And when I heard about it beforehand, I was like, oh my God, this is it. This is what I've been waiting for. I'm going to play the hell out of this. I'm going to get all the achievements. I'm going to play the shit out of this game. But when it released, all we got was something that was worse than the originals.
I don't know how you screwed it up that bad when it's literally just porting it over.
So it's oh God, it's got a weird name. I can't remember off the top of my head. It was like Aspire or Asper, or I don't freaking know. But they we're supposed to do the development on Knights of the Old Republic,
Yeah,
another old
I
Star
heard about
Wars
this.
game. They didn't release it. It got stuck in development hell.
There's another game they were supposed to do as well. It was like with, it was another one that people were looking forward to.
Yeah.
Like 7 years ago.
Yeah, because Knights of the Old Republic, it wasn't as popular, I'd say, as Battlefront, but like it's like how it is with Dark Cloud.
It had a cult.
Yes.
I mean, a cult following.
Yes, it's
in a
how
good
it is
way.
with Dark Cloud and me. It's like I love this game. Like
Yeah,
it held in some people's hearts a very, very special place. And I've just noticed that this has kind of been a big norm now recently. Because back in the day, like when I say back in the day, I'm talking like GameCube, Wii era.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
Like when we were growing up.
Mid 2000s.
Some old games would get remade or ported at the very least.
Not really, because you could, on the Wii, you could just do like, and especially I think until like the Xbox One and such, you could literally port previous gen.
Well, yes, but I'm talking like, how like Twilight Princess came out on the GameCube, but then it got remastered for the Wii.
Oh, yeah.
Those sort of games where it was like the Sonic collections, stuff like that.
Yeah.
There was quite a bit of them, and they were always pretty solid ports.
They've always been, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even
Wind Waker for the Wii U.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one, because all they did was upgrade. All they had to do for this game, they didn't even have to update the graphics.
No,
People
we
did
would have
new
still
graphics.
played it with the old graphics.
Although I think the old graphics, in a way, maybe it's nostalgia. It's a
Yeah,
nostalgia filter.
that's the only reason we wanted to buy this game. It's because it's like, dude, we get to play the game that we loved as kids.
Yeah.
On the next generation,
And we get to play it cross-platform.
and we get to play it online again. They've shut down the online servers for the Xbox, like the original Xbox, obviously,
You can only really play it on like hacked servers
or
for
split
PC.
screen. Yeah,
Yeah, and
PC, you might be able to still do it.
oh yeah,
you could. I think you can make
people
servers, on
private
PC.
servers and
Yes.
such. Yeah, there's still a following on there, I believe.
Yeah, oh,
but
yeah.
still, it sounds you have to be hardcore to do that. It's
Yeah.
not really
But it's like, hey, you know what? I get to pick up my original childhood game. Sign me the hell up. But now it's like, I was like, something told me, I was like, go through the
You needed to
reviews.
wait.
Go through the reviews real quick. Because I'd seen a press release version of the game review.
Yeah.
And it was a little iffy, but it didn't sound like the end of the world. It sounded like it might be fixed up by the time it got released.
Hopefully.
I couldn't believe how terrible it was.
Yeah,
I mean-
literally, they only had 3 servers that could hold, and in total, like I think 200 people.
Yes. No. It was. I think it caps out at like. Oh God, I think I'm getting it mixed up with the new ones. I think it's 64.
Oh, okay.
So, but still, my point standing is yes, you're right. There were only 3 dedicated servers. Any of the other servers were complete just dumpster fires. The ping has been so bad.
Oh, yeah.
Lag was like the biggest issue. And I thought, like I said again, that was just going to be with the beta, press release,
It's
whatever
like-
you want to call it. I didn't think it'd still be an issue.
How do you like mess it up that bad? Like, I mean, look at Helldivers.
Yeah.
Helldivers came out, and don't get me wrong, their servers were god awful in the beginning.
Yeah. But they're
Because
also not a
They were
AAA
indie,
company.
for one, and two, the original Helldivers had just a cult following. That was
Yeah.
a small cult
So
following.
they weren't
thinking,
expecting.
okay,
They
we're just
weren't
gonna
expecting. With this, they should have expected it because
yeah.
there's been a fandom of this game since we were children.
And people were waiting to kind
Yes.
of get their hands back on it
Yes.
without having to go around loopholes like on the PC, like I
Yeah,
explained.
and like there's like so many things wrong with it. Like you know how like a lot of new games are like having you doing like a sign up for an account and shit.
I hate that.
I hate it so goddamn much too. It goes to a dead link. That's what a lot of people are having issues with. It's just a dead link. Doesn't work.
I had no idea.
Yeah. Oh, I went through quite a bit of those reviews.
That is wild.
What's up? Galactic Conquest apparently got ruined. You can't do co-op, I believe. The issue was you can only do 2-player co-op. Can't do 4, like on like split screen. You can only do 2, not 4. It's just like one thing after another. I was so many different things.
That is so sad.
I have never seen a game on day one hit 2.3 like that. Like a AAA game. Hit
I mean, that's-
2.3 on day one.
Speaking of AAAs, have you heard about we're going to move on a little bit.
Yes.
Because I feel like we hit the points pretty well there. Because this leads into Skull and Bones, the quadruple A game.
I have vaguely heard about that. I know it's a Ubisoft game. I know there was a lot of hype for it, and then I don't know
It's
what
supposed to-
happened, but everybody's pissed.
All
That's all I know is everyone's pissed off.
all he wanted was Black Flag. That's all he wanted.
Yeah.
Black Flag without the Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, okay, I could get behind that. What'd you get? What'd they get?
We got Toddler's version of what is it? Was it one
Sea of
pirate game?
Thieves?
Yeah, Toddler's version of Sea of Thieves.
How do you... Okay.
Oh yeah, it
Because
was,
Sea of Thieves is like a cartoony.
that was the point, but no, it's worse.
How do...
Yeah, no, it's bad. Like there's a lot of I won't go in details. 'Cause
Knowing
there's something else I want to talk about. But
Ubisoft, is it microtransactions?
no, it's just the gameplay in general is just that bad. Wow. The base game is just that bad. Yeah. Lots of reasons. I want to move on to talk about something else, but I do want to hit this because it's kind of what you're talking about with modern games nowadays being this bad. And it's supposed to be this quadruple A game. It's $70, by the way. And basically, I could have made this while sleeping and drunk on Unreal Engine.
I gotta look it up now. Because I remember it, like, there was a lot of hype, and then it, like, came out, and then just everyone got pissed.
Dumpstered.
Everybody got pissed off. And I'm like, what happened? What did they do?
Well, apparently, one of the reasons was because whenever they hired a director to come in to help develop the game and give a direction, they would change it completely. The director would change the direction of the game completely. So they have this kind of like, for one, they have classes now, basically. Like, so there's like scout. There's basically, think about Overwatch as heavies, a tank, an attacker, and a scout.
I don't get it.
No, I
it
don't
doesn't make
either.
sense.
No.
I tried to like make it make sense. I can't.
All I wanted was Black Flag. Make it like Black Flag.
Just let me drink rum and pillage.
Yeah. There's not much pillaging. You don't really do much pillaging like what you do with Black Flag or anything. There's no like what you remember in Black Flag you could like board ships and fight.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
It's a pirate game.
Yeah, there's not much pirating. You do a lot of collecting though. You go there and chop down trees and upgrade your ship.
So it's Banjo-Kazooie on a damn pirate ship is what you're telling me.
It's Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts, yeah.
Oh.
Now you get it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's bad.
My God. Shit.
It's not a pirate game. It's not a pirate game at all.
It's a monstrosity.
Yeah. I'd recommend looking up. People can explain the development hell this was better than I ever could. So do that.
Oh my God.
I'd recommend it. It's very interesting.
That's bad.
And they still want to sell it for $70. I could have made this in my sleep. Because Unreal Engine makes it really easy for this kind of stuff nowadays. Thank you, Unreal Engine 5. Very cool.
Nuts and bolts level. Oh my God.
Yeah,
I didn't
easily.
think we could top that.
Yeah.
I didn't think we could top that. 'Cause
We
that
topped it. They topped
that
it.
pissed a lot of people off.
Oh, it's like that level of pissed off, yeah.
Jeez. I can see why, though. I can see why.
But, speaking of games, and we're going to bring it back to how we began this discussion with PC cultures in game.
Yeah.
So, recently, not recently, about a month ago now, so we did talk about it a little bit with, what is it called?
Kill the
Justice
the
League.
Suicide Squad killed the Justice League.
The game, we talked about it. We talked about how shit.
Yeah.
That's basically it. It's just shite.
Yeah.
And realized, then people kind of dug. Now, here's the update to it. People kind of dug around. They kind of looked and realized, there's this company that was, how do you describe it? Helping develop the story, like consultants. They're a consultant company.
Yeah.
Called Sweet Baby Inc. Interesting. Oh, look at that. People from Gamergate. Interesting. Oh, they want diversity and inclusion in all games. Oh, one of the people for a consulting company tries to self-insert themselves into every single game. Interesting. And then it blew up.
Yep.
Because the people that the actual employees of Sweet Baby Inc. started targeting, harassing people.
Yep.
Actually, tweets have been pulled up, specifically from one of them called, I think their Twitter handle was Lego Butts. They're extremely anti-white. They hate white men specifically. Like,
Shocker.
we're the devil. Yeah.
Shocker.
Yeah, I know. It's shocker, right? Which is hilarious. And then some Brazilian guy on Steam Here's what really blew up, because it would have been bad already, but it might have blown over if they just ignored it.
Yeah.
Just the use. But nah, these employees, because
They don't know how the internet works.
oh, it was a Strides' effect. Because here's what happened. So when it really took off was whenever this Steam account made a Steam forum page called Sweet Baby Inc. Detected.
Yes, that's where I learned about them, was from Rev talking about that specific Steam page.
Made by a Brazilian. And now they're trying to say, they officially actually came out with a response saying, the CEO of Sweet Baby Inc. came out with a response saying, we are being targeted by a right-wing conspiracy targeted harassment campaign. Buddy,
it's not a conspiracy.
It was not a white guy who you're blaming right now. The guy who made the Steam forum page is Brazilian. Go Brazil! Go Brazil!
Brazilian with the rare W.
Right? They hit, like, this guy is, they tried to, the employees tried to get his account banned from Steam and the forum banned. And that's when it only had, like, at the time, maybe like 61,000 followers. Now it has like over 200,000.
We have an army.
Yeah, literally. And now all these gaming journalists are trying to come to the defense of Sweet Baby Inc., which is hilarious.
Of course they are, because they've got him by the nuts.
No, these journalists are just stupid.
No, I'm saying. No, you said. I thought you said. Sorry, I thought you were talking about people in the actual gaming industry, not the.
Oh, gaming industry. A lot of them are they're just stupid, anyways.
Yeah.
I will be real. I probably will never get a job in the gaming industry, anyways. So I don't really care what I say.
Yeah, right.
So I'm white and I'm straight. So
yeah, I know. Oh well. I want to bounce off that actually real quick, because I did see something like a day or two ago, and I want to say it was a developer, some team leader, some shit from, I want to say EA. I want to say it was EA. And she was talking about the wrong word. Bragging almost. Boasting would be the better word, actually. About how her development team is only minorities. And she doesn't hire white people.
That's what I was about to bring up.
Really?
Literally.
No shit. Was it EA? Was that right?
I feel like it was EA. I can't remember. I wanted to say.
It seems like something that would spawn from the crevices of EA.
Industry. But yeah, it's some game industry, yeah. And yeah, she's bragging about how she makes sure to tear up any white, straight male application. So, even though my dream was to work for Riot Games, that's never happening. But yeah, so it's been extremely fun watching the just shit show.
It's always fun watching someone shoot themselves in the foot, especially when they're like some bigwig.
Oh yeah,
you don't feel bad for those. Oh, it's like you
100%.
did this to yourself. You did this to yourself.
Like if you really want to sweep it under the rug, you could have just not said anything.
Yep. No,
they
don't know
nothing. You could have just been. My ego could have been, hurt a little bit, I guess, but it'll blow over.
You're in the public's eye. This is gonna happen.
Exactly. So, I was pretty funny, and Sweet Baby Inc. It's only getting worse from what I know, and people are starting to realize how many games they've literally dug their little grimy hands into. Yeah. It's quite insane. Even some really good games. Well, people have mixed feelings, but basically every single game they've dug their hands into has either bombed or has had mixed reviews.
Gee, almost. I wonder why.
I could only guess.
Oh man, no, it's those dirty cis white males. That's what it is.
It's always white males. But yeah, it's quite fun to watch. And then we have indie developers who, like with Helldivers, I give them major props for this.
Yeah.
So what they've done, because their game is inherently not really political, but it has, the actual
nationalistic.
Yeah, but that's the comedy of it.
Yeah. It's over the top with it.
That's the point.
Yes.
Right? Well, people are like, hey, can we get pride flag capes? Banned. Hey, can we get American flag capes? Like, the right wing and the left wing. If you try to make this game political in either way, no, cutting it off.
I respect the hell out of that.
I love that. If you make a fun game that's fun, that has some comedy about some quote. I will admit, it has politics to it and some semblance, but that's the comedy of it.
Yes.
It's not making fun of right wingers or left wingers. It's just making fun of just politics in general.
Yeah,
and that makes it
like
funny.
The overtly imperialistic mentality.
Yeah.
Like I do like that. I always get a kick out of that.
It's so funny. It's so funny. I love it. But I respect the developers for that.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. They've already made some mistakes with one developer's getting real pissy, but that's a different discussion.
Yeah.
Because that's gameplay development wise.
Yeah.
That's a different discussion, but yeah. I like their decision of cutting off the head of the snake.
Yeah.
Before it even
They
grows.
really just pulled out a gun, pointed it, and said, "Shut up, stop ruining the game, and go kill bugs and robots, damn it.
Yeah.
Go have fun.
Go for democracy.
It's like, oh my God. We need more of it.
Honestly, we do. I think, like, it used go for it. I don't care. Yeah. Politics used to, something that's been going on. People like to say this a lot. Entertainment is downstream from politics. No. Entertainment's entertainment. Politics is politics.
Yeah.
Keep them separate.
Honestly.
Keep them separate. If you want to make your game political, just expect for it to bomb.
Yep.
That's it.
Both
That's what I'm gonna
ways,
say.
honestly, both ways.
Oh yeah, 100%. I don't want to learn about some right wing shit when I play games. I don't want to learn about left wing shit when I play games.
I want to kill dragons and bang whores, damn it. Is that too much to ask for?
Too much. I'm just kidding. No. Kratos would be proud.
Yes.
Kratos would be proud.
That's all I want to
Especially.
do. I just want to kill shit and bang shit.
Yep. Exactly. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good way to leave it off for the morning podcast.
I think so too. Because
I feel like we hit all the spots pretty well.
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you've made it this far, please leave a like, leave a comment, and hit that subscribe button.
Oh, too much energy. I'm still waking up. I'm still waking up. Oh, God, I gotta get ready for work.
Thank you, everybody, for watching, and we'll be seeing you next month.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, but a week or two, because that's when we'll be doing our next Drunk and Disorderly.
Yeah, the Irish special.
Oh, I didn't.
And there'll be something else.
IRA.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna get so drunk.
Oh, God,
We'll
yeah.
be playing so much Irish music.
Oh, no.
I don't
Copyright
get
claims.
I don't. No, not during the podcast.
Oh,
We'll
yeah,
get
yeah.
drunk.
Anyways, bye.
Goodbye.